What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today let's talk about top 10 things you need to know before moving to Canada. Let's do this. Welcome back guys. Now in case this is your first time on my channel, please consider subscribing and hit the bell icon to get the notifications every time I load a new video. Now if you're looking to move to Canada, you should know these 10 things because this will help you make your journey in Canada smooth. Like always, if you have any questions, please comment down below and I'll be happy to answer. If you like the information shared in this video, do not forget to share and smash that like button. It really motivates me to make informative videos for you guys. Moving on. Now there are a lot of things which you should know, and I'm sure if you're already looking to move to Canada, you would have already researched a lot about Canada. But nevertheless, if you haven't, these are the top 10 things you should definitely consider if you're moving to Canada in near future. Number one thing is language. Now, Canada has two official languages. One is English and another is French. So if you're moving to a province which is an English base, then there is no problem. But if you're looking to move to a French speaking province, which in Canada's case is Quebec, you would definitely have to learn French. I mean, there are a lot of people who would say you can easily live your life with just English, but it really becomes difficult if you do not know the local language and if you're trying to settle down in that province. So make sure take some French classes if you're moving to Quebec, particularly in Quebec City or Montreal. French is the primary language out there, though a lot of people still speak English, but it is always advisable to learn French and then move to Quebec. If you do not get a chance to learn French before moving to Quebec, you can always learn it later on. There are a lot of online classes, plus you can always browse into YouTube and you can learn French language. Second thing would be tipping. Now as of now, tipping is pretty common all across the world, but if you are coming to Canada, tipping culture is very much prominent out here. Not just servers who are serving your food in the restaurant, services like a barber shop, or if you're going for spa services, any services which you take, people generally expect tips, and the tip can range anything above 15%. Gone are the days when 10% used to be normal, but nowadays anything over 15% is acceptable. If you do not tip them, it seems to be pretty rude, so it's always advisable to tip at least 15% or above. These are people who are generally doing basic jobs. It is out of respect that you tip them. Now next one is high taxes in Canada. Now you would consider yourself really lucky if you are making $100,000, but remember, out of those $100,000, you would end up paying at least 30% towards taxes, and your take-home salary would be around $70,000. So make sure you calculate taxes. Though a lot of people compare taxes to other countries like UK, Spain, and where taxes are really high, but it is always advisable checking how much money you'd be actually making. Not just federal taxes, also provincial taxes are something to consider. If you move to province like Alberta, where taxes are only 5%, if you move to Ontario, about 13%, you can always look at the province you're moving and see the tax slab that particular province is offering. It always helps in calculating your end salary. Now next thing is something which a lot of people do not talk, but I think it's very important, and that is homesickness. Well, if you're too close to your family and have never been away from your family, coming to Canada may not be the best choice for you. There are a lot of people who move to Canada and after a year or so, they start feeling homesick and they go back to their country. Now this is something which you cannot plan, but as an individual, you would definitely know if you have the feeling of homesickness or not, if you've ever been away from the family and what was the situation. Things like that. You can also see how much time does it take to go back to your own country, because depending upon the city and province you are living, it may take long to go back to visit your families during holiday season. So you might want to consider that factor as well. So far, if you agree with the information, consider subscribing and smash that like button. Moving on. Next up is healthcare. Now Canada is famous for 100% healthcare coverage, but it's not actually 100%. Things like dental, things like optical, your glasses are not covered. For this, you will have to look out for your employer insurance, which can range from $10 to $50 bi-weekly. That will cover majority of your expenses. Going to a doctor, hospital is free of cost, but all the prescribed medicines won't be covered. So make sure when you land in Canada, always ask your employer to provide an extended insurance, though you will have to pay for it, or sometimes it is 50-50, but you should definitely consider that. and add that to your expenses. Now here's the bonus point. We all know Canada is a multicultural country and people from all across the world live over here. So in case you're looking to stay close to your countrymen, you can always select that particular location and make the next move. There are people who want to gel up with other communities, and that's the fun thing about Canada, that you can choose according to your likes and lifestyle and make the best move for future. Next up is Canada is full of nice people. All Canadians are generally nice. Most of the people living in this country like to help each other. Most of the people are really friendly, and especially when you go to grocery stores, restaurants, people would be really friendly with you. A lot of people think they're over friendly, but that's not the case. They're just super nice, and that's a fun thing about being in Canada. Next thing is finding a job. Now, finding a job in Canada sometimes can be really difficult, but in my opinion, it is actually very easy as long as you are following the right system and channel. Most of the time people start blaming the system that nobody is responding to your emails, but if you follow the right channel, you would definitely get a response. Make sure you change your approach if you're not getting response from the employer, because most of the employers are always hiring. Just depends if you have done the desired changes in your resume. Next thing, which is really funny and sometimes frustrates an immigrant, is their qualification is not considered in Canada. Now, when you're applying for express entry, your qualification gets points, but the moment you land in Canada, the employer would ask for your Canadian experience or certificates in your particular field. In my opinion, it's just about getting Canada-based certificate where you can do a certification course in your particular field. That really helps in finding a job and also adds more weightage to your resume. So make sure you research enough about your particular field and what are the job requirements. That way you can plan better before you move to Canada. Moving on to our top two. Now, you all must have heard about weather in Canada is really harsh. Majority of Canada gets pretty cold during winter time, but then there are certain provinces which are really pleasant throughout the year. Certain parts of BC, especially Vancouver or Vancouver Island, is great in winter or summer, which gets really little snow compared to the capital of Canada. Weather all across Canada can be really strange. On the east side or when you go on the west side, the central part of Canada gets really rough, and northern provinces are almost close to -40 during the winter time. But then there are certain provinces which get really hot in summer and really cold in the winter time. So you might want to consider which province you are moving based upon the weather conditions you love. Moving on to our top category in this list, that is housing market. The housing market has changed drastically. Certain places like Vancouver or Toronto are really overpriced, and then there are certain cities which are way undervalued. The majority of immigrants move to major cities to make their life better, but these cities are really getting expensive in terms of renting or owning the house. Average cost of a detached house has crossed over $1 million in major cities, so you might want to consider which city or province you want to move to kickstart your Canadian journey. These were the top 10 things which I wanted to share with you guys. I wish I had known certain things because when I moved to Canada many years ago, I really struggled with certain things, and slowly and gradually I found my way out. So I would advise you to do your research on the entire list to select the city or province you'll be moving, and hopefully you would make your life better in Canada. I hope you liked this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.